Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Recap. We have been talking behind the scenes, and we've had this question come up uh, about going Dutch on dates. So we know how people feel about this, but I cannot wait to hear how everybody on the show is feeling. So, Tasha, I'm gonna go to you first. How do you feel about going Dutch on a date? I'm gonna throw it to you first because I want to hear his answer. I want because I will go to Adrian, but I don't want to hear his answer just yet. So because I know it's gonna
Never
be
go
funny.
Dutch. So,
Never. Well, I feel like there's no set standard to that. I feel like one person can pay one time, another person can pay another time. You could split it if you have to. There's no set standard to that. I'm not opposed to paying the full bill and then next time he can pay it or however it goes. I'm There's no standard to that, and I'm fine with paying the bill. If I
Okay,
have it, if he has it, he can pay it. However it goes.
okay. So I'm gonna go to Mark right now because Mark is one of the married people here on the show. Adrian is another one. I'm gonna go to him next. But Mark, when you and your wife were dating, how did you go about this bill situation?
so my scenario, like I mean, I think I paid for a lot of the dates, and then I think like most, like then at some point there was kind of a split that here and there. But I mean, kind of like my perspective on it, you kind of look at it like now with things I've seen and things I kind of agree with now. Early on in the dating phase, that's basically go Dutch and then go to smaller restaurants to where like it's not because now especially now when relationships don't last, go somewhere, go Dutch because now okay to where I'm not spending paying a $60-$70 bill and this date sucks. So like we can go ahead and split the bill. And if it sucks, we both only pay for ourselves. We go our separate ways. Now, if it's a good date, then okay, we come back and meet up again, and then eventually figure out how we start paying. One person might pay, next person might pay, but early on, Dutch for sure, and we might even hit Burger King.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You go
Wow.
hit the Burger King. You ain't gonna
Wow.
go.
Hey,
You ain't gonna
that'll
go
let me
to
know.
Wow.
to McDonald's, huh?
Hey, that'll let
Now,
me know if you're really down. If you're just here for a free meal. So
Buy one get one.
is
McDonald's
that
two
Wendy's
two for Wendy's
$5
burger. Yep.
bag or Wendy's?
All right,
5 for 5, that 4 for 4, and we sit in the park lot and talk.
all right, Adrian. How do you feel about this, sir?
I man. To me, it's pretty cool. It just shows you that level for a lady. If you all out on a date or whatever, and she offers to pay times out of 10, unless you're in a relationship or whatever like that, marriage, you a dude is not gonna let her pay the bill regardless. But man, that shows a lot, especially when it's sincere. But then you got some that's just like try to do it to make you feel like they care, like you want me to get this. I'm like, the way you said it is not very convincing. So you know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So I think it goes both. It's appreciated by men. Just let the ladies know it's appreciated by men when you do all. They're
Okay.
gonna pay it anyway. So if you got to do that, you offer to pay it all the time. Y'all need to keep moving.
See, there was a reason why I went to.
Look
There's
at
a
Taylor
reason why I'm
shaking her
going to
head.
Miss Richardson. There's a reason why I'm going to Miss Richardson last on this one because she has
Man,
been
woman hater.
dying to answer this one. She has been dying to answer this question. So, what is the answer to the going Dutch in your mindset?
Okay, so I live in a very expensive, one of the most expensive cities in the country, and a date night could run up to 250 to $300 a night, a date. So I can understand from the male perspective, and like, I can agree with Mark trying to keep it on the low end. Um, so I think like a gentleman would just, naturally take the bill. But I'm also one of those females that would offer to either split or I'll leave the tip or I'll pay. But I think for me, I try to be hesitant to do that on the first date. I probably will wait on the second date and offer that only because you never know if it's going to be, and like you said, relationships don't last but like 10 minutes. and you don't know if you're going to get that second date or third date. So,
Right.
and of course, usually after the first or second date, you guys are doing low key activities anyway. Like, catching something that costs 25 bucks and someone might spring for the ticket, someone might spring for a meal, or we just hanging out at the house or just walking around doing free things. So, but yeah, for the like initial like first date, I do expect the guy to pay. But of course, I think most men know with dating, that's a bill. Like,
Right.
that's an extra bill. So if you're going to be out there, you know what I mean, and try to date multiple women, then you must have a lot of disposable income, because some women are not going to settle for the Burger King. No one eats fast food here, like except for people with kids. You know
All
what
right,
I'm
now, so
saying?
I'm gonna throw a curveball into all of this. We're sitting up
Yeah.
here talking about the guys always initiating the first date. Nowadays, there are women who initiate the first date. Now, should the woman pay for the date if she is the one asking you to go on the date,
I would
Hey,
or
but
pay.
should
before he
or
asking
should
that
you
question,
go
he done got
Dutch?
stopped
I
by a
would.
cougar or something.
I would have.
I think if the
Yeah, I
woman's
would.
Boy,
asking, she's not gonna have a $200 or $300 date. She's gonna keep it on the lower end. She's pretty smart. She's not gonna say, "Hey, let's go someplace that's gonna cost 200, 300." It's gonna probably be under 100, maybe under 50. It's
Yeah,
not
my
gonna
limit
be
is.
in Mark's Burger King
you a ch-
range, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's
My
gonna be on the
no,
lower
my
you
side.
must
limit is
you
if
must
I
live off
ask
that lemon
a
grant.
guy out. Yeah, no. If I ask the guy out, I mean, I would have the expectation that I'm paying, but my limit is about $100. So,
Okay,
which
so
means
what if
that.
his limit is about $100?
But
Is that
that
is that still acceptable?
Okay, but the thing is that if and that's fine. I mean, honestly, for first dates, I'm like, let's just go for coffee because if I
Right.
can get through coffee with you, then I'm not about to spend 2 hours with you, and then we have that awkward like, okay, so separate checks because I did that. I went somewhere where someone made me pay for my food, so I was just like, and the
You
date
got a
sucked.
lobster, didn't you? You went and
No,
got the
no,
lobster
no,
steak.
no, no.
You got the
It
lobster
wasn't.
steak.
It wasn't even like that kind of restaurant, to be honest. So I was okay with that because it was like the first time, going out and whatnot. So, but I avoid the whole like, hey, I could come to your crib or you can come to my
Yeah.
crib and we can order some food. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't fall for those pitfalls. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because
Going back,
and so
I want to lay down.
yeah, so yeah.
So we're gonna Netflix and chill tonight. Netflix and
Yeah, I
chill.
don't. No, I don't do that. I don't really like to have people know where I live in the first place. So, I think it's just all in consideration of just how the vibe is going. But yeah, if I ask the guy out, I would expect to. I would probably do more like we're doing something. That way it's food is included, so it's not an extra bill.
So you're going to Top
So,
Golf. So you're going to Top Golf or something like that.
huh?
You're going to go to Top Golf or putt putt.
No, not even that. Just like it to me, it has to be something that's like, oh, this sounds interesting. Let's do that. Because Top Golf, I feel like that's something like, hey, hon, what are you doing? It's Saturday. Let's go to Top Golf. Like, you know what I mean? Like in the area I live in, it's just there's always something to do. Like you can do. Like yesterday, I was this Italian guy had classes on how to make different types of pizza and focaccia bread. Like just random shit like that that
Wait a
I
minute.
would do.
What state do you live in? You doing all of this high end on the everything going on in the state type stuff?
I live, I live, I live in Northern
She lives in
Virginia, so I live.
Paris. I thought you knew that.
Right? She got the Italian dudes over there showing pizzas and everything.
Yeah, no, I live right outside of DC. I can see the Capitol building from my window. So I'm just
You
it's
giving
just
too much
oh
information. You giving
no.
too much information.
Yeah, so I really, I mean that could be anywhere. So I'm just saying, just to put it out there, that could be anywhere. But
Man,
but yeah, so it's just like I would probably do something in that sort of thing just to kind of break the whole like dinner thing and to avoid the whole like spending $200-300, at dinner because it's so easy to do. So
you damn right it is.
yeah, so.
You damn right. That's why I don't go on dates no more. I'm single for life. So, just spending too much money on dates. And they don't want to go Dutch. So,
Yeah.
so,
Oh, I
um,
mean, it's
so Mark, the consensus on your end is go to Burger King and chill.
Early on, then like later on, you can pay. You can go. You bump it up as you see. Okay, the commitment is there, and she ride or die, or she at least worth the time, or he's worth the time on both ends. But
Okay.
don't come out the gate just going broke, and then y'all hate each other.
Right. Yeah. No fogo on the first date. No fogo.
Right.
All right. Adrian, any last words on this dating?
No, I was
Should
just
we
saying
spend
that was
money
a
on
good
dates or
idea.
not?
Yeah, you should. Know where you go, really, man, is going somewhere decent. You know what I mean? You're gonna spend,
Other than
but
Burger
that was
King.
cool what Taylor said though, because when
yeah.
you do have coffee the first date, it's a lot of talk a lot when you just sitting there drinking coffee. You know,
Yeah.
so
True.
that's
Right. Yeah. At least that. Yeah, coffee, and then you can bump it up to, dinner.
right,
Whether it's like mid-grade, let's go grab some burgers, let's get a pizza
right,
and some
right.
beer, like something like that. I mean, I'm not saying every woman here has the expectation that we're going to a steakhouse by the water. It's just that, if you are, going, if you want to like if you want to go out on a impressive date, that's kind of like what you're, but if the conversation over coffee is great, you don't care what you're doing. Or somebody might say, oh, I'll get the bill since you got coffee, or whatever, or I'll pay for the Uber. I mean, there's so many ways that we can split things now. It's just, almost like it's either someone saying they're going to do something, or not. So
Okay. All right,
mm.
Tasha. Any last words on going Dutch on a date?
I just want to know if any of you guys actually go on coffee dates.
I have been on coffee dates. I have been on
I have
coffee
too.
dates.
Mm.
Yeah.
Adrian,
What you been on? 40 dates? All the way down? Huh?
you
50?
don't go on coffee dates, Adrian.
I've
I
been on
wasn't even
coffee
really
dates.
talking to you. I was
I've
talking to
been on coffee
those
dates.
two.
What she talking about? I got a whole bunch of what she's talking about.
If you went on a coffee date, it definitely has some whiskey in it. I was talking to the gentleman.
She was like, y'all got Long Island's in here. And put my nobody know I'm drinking.
I know that's how you like yours. I wasn't talking to you.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, here on the recap, we have way too much fun. We got some Long Island's at Starbucks. Now, Starbucks did have Long Island's. That place will be popping
Actually,
every.
some actually they have like a evening to kind of capitalize on the happy hour. And then we have a Taco Bell cantina that sells beer, wine, margaritas. So they're trying to get in on that, so you can take someone to Taco Bell, Mark, as long as they serve margaritas. They have to say Taco Bell Cantina on the front, and then y'all can get
Right.
toasted off
So,
with some $3 margaritas at Taco Bell.
all right. So
Y'all be hurt. Y'all be regretting
we
it
definitely
tomorrow.
know what
But
Taylor be doing on Friday nights. So we're gonna leave it at that. So how do you guys feel about going Dutch on a date? Or should a woman pay for the first date, or should a man pay for the first date? We want to hear your thoughts on this. So hit us up here on the recap on all of our social media sites, Hostal Waters. Let us know how do you feel about all of this, because I didn't learn Starbucks then got alcohol in some states. So I got to figure out what states this alcohol is at Starbucks, because it's
check
not.
in Arizona.
It is not. It is not here in the state of Indiana. So if everything do works out, I will be. As you can see, I'm going to hit up Miss Richardson because she knows where all the alcohol is, and Tasha knows where all the Long Islands are. So Mark is going to hit us up with Burger King. I can't do none of that. I can't do the Burger King. But make sure, and I don't know what Adrian is doing. He's got, according to Tasha, he's got whiskey in the Starbucks. So there you go. We have fun. Everybody's getting drunk here on the recap. So hit us up on the next episode. How's she gonna pick up the drink and start drinking? Right as I'm saying all of this.